Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning Taekwondo again. So today you'll need something like pads. Um, that's sort of what we were using last week. Um, like a small pillow, things like that you can use. Because we're going to be working on, we're going to kind of be mixing step sparring and our pad work, like our targeting and stuff. So again, we have started live classes or in-person classes in the park on Mondays at 5:45. But we can't really do any partner trade stuff. So I'll give you a minute or two just to get some kind of pads or something together, and then we'll get started.
Do you want me to put in the chat over here?
Just let us know you're here. Say good morning. Let us know. Let us know you're here. Same thing on Facebook. Put the same thing on Facebook.
Okay.
All right. Hopefully, I gave you enough time to get stuff together. Today, Mr. Hanson, Big Mr. Hanson, is working, so I just have a little Mr. Hanson who's going to be my helper and my partner today. Everybody, yeah. Anjo. Munya. Bro. Chariot. Sabalenge. Kunye. Overhead fingers. And rotate your hands. And rotate your elbows. Way. Okay, and forward. Getting larger. As large as you can make them. And backwards. Getting smaller. As small as you can make them. Okay. Feet up. Touch the center. Left foot. Right foot. Back to the center. Walking your feet out a little bit further. Walk over that foot. Right foot. Back to the middle. Walking your feet out as big as you can and just touching your feet together. Your butterfly. Push your knees down. Butterfly. Grab your toes. Walk them out. Okay, check them out. One more time. Walk your toes out. Go check them out. Moving your roly polies. I'm scooting forward, so on my head. On my cap. I'm gonna do that. Net. That's it. That's it. Back up. Yaro. A hook. Yo. All right. On your stomach. Push or holding your push-up position for a count of 10. Ready, Hana. Dual. Set. Net. Pass. Yasses. Back up. Yaro. A hook. Yo. Adjust. All right, everybody up. Okay, so again, I would just sit and do history, but since I have no way to get feedback from you guys except for you to type the answers in. We're going to talk about history and we're going to review history as we're doing our stuff today. And so we're going to kind of take what we've been working on for the last couple of weeks and kind of putting it all together and putting it on task. Okay, so we're going to talk about step sparring and targeting and balance and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to have Mr. Hanson jump in now, little Mr. Hanson. Okay, we'll start without our official pad. Except he doesn't have his one. Bad Mr. Hanson.
Sorry, I was getting this straight.
Bad Mr. Hanson. All right. So we're going to start with our pillow. So if you have a pillow with a face on it, or if you have like a flat stuffed animal kind of a thing, you use that too. Okay. So we'll start with our kicks because that's where we ended last week. Okay. So I'm going to put my face or my pad at his or at my belt level. So he's taller than I am. Okay, so we're going to start with our kick. And we're going to start with our slow motion kick. So we're going to start with that front kick. If you guys remember, has 4 parts. Our front kick has 4 parts. So we have to pick our knee up. Okay, and we're going to hold it for a couple seconds because we're working on that balance. And then we're going to stick our foot out. Notice I'm going to get my legs straight. Okay, I want my legs straight. And then I'm going to pull it back. I'm going to set it down. Okay. So we're going to do that one more time. So again, right now we're working on hitting our target. Okay, so I'm going to pick my knee up. Ooh, let's say my balance is bad today. Stick it out. Okay, notice I'm hitting with his face with the ball of my foot. Back, down. If you notice I'm trying to lean backwards to reach the pad. Okay. Okay. If you notice I'm trying to reach the pad, so have your partner drop it to where you can reach it. Okay, generally speaking, if I'm kicking faster, I can kick higher, but if I'm kicking slower, have them drop it down a little bit so that you got a good kick. So we're going to do the same thing on our other leg. So I'm going to pick it up, catch my balance, stick it out in front of me, pull it back, set it down. Sure you're okay? Good. Okay. So So one more time, we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna stick it out. We're gonna pull it back. Set it down. So Mr. Hansen, since I have interaction, where does Taekwondo come from?
Korea.
Okay, so remember, Taekwondo comes from
Korea.
Korea. And who made it?
Okay.
Okay, so remember, Taekwondo comes from
Korea.
and who made it?
Okay.
Okay,
I was gonna go to technical detail,
but we're little, so we don't need to go little. We just need to know Taekwondo comes from Korea. Okay, and it came from our General Che made it. When did he make it?
1955.
Say it louder.
1955.
Okay, so how old does that make it?
65.
Okay, so he made it in 1965, 2020. So Taekwondo is 65 years old. Okay, all right. So now we're gonna do. Our hands are up. We're gonna do 5 good kicks, 5 good front kicks, and we'll do them a little bit slower so we can catch our balance. 5 good front kicks on each side. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? And you can do this a little bit slower if you're working on balance. Okay? So like he's gonna show you. So we're gonna pick it up, out, back, down. That's slow. Then we're gonna switch sides. We're gonna go up. Just try that. Up, out, back, down. Okay. So now I want you to do this. So I'm going to turn because we don't have room to move forwards and backwards. So I'm going to turn so Mr. Hansen's back to the camera, and we're going to do the front kick going towards you guys. Okay? So let's see. We'll do it at an angle so the camera can just turn this way. And not this way. Hopefully I don't pick anything. Okay. So we're going to go 1, and then we're going to set it down in front. And then we're going to go 2. And we're going to set it down in front. Notice I still have all 4 of my parts. And we're going to go 3. And then we're going to go 4. Okay. So everything that we're doing today requires your calf. Okay. So again, if you have any questions, let us know. So I'm going to lose the pillow. You keep your pillow. I'm actually going to move to our actual pads and stuff. Okay. So we're going to practice that side kick now. The side kick's a little bit harder. It takes a little bit more balance. Okay, so I'm going to turn sideways. So I'm going to look at the camera. Okay, and Mr. Hansen's going to have his pad out here. So this is a lead leg side kick. The back leg side kick works the same way. So we're going to pick that knee up. Okay, I'm going to turn it all the way over. So my behind is pointed at my pad. Remember, have 5 parts, that's with the heel. I'm going to stick my foot out. Okay, I'm going to pull my foot back. And I'm going to set it down. Okay, we'll do that one more time. Okay, this is slow. Okay, so I'm going to pick my knee up. Okay, so I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at you guys. Okay, I'm going to turn myself over. So my behind pointed at the pad. My knee is up. No, it's not down here. Knee is up. I'm going to stick it out. Pull it back. Set it down. If you need help with balance, you can sit down. You do the start running. Okay? So if you need, because I want the kick to be right, so here's what you can do. So you can lay on your side. We're gonna pick our knee up. Our knee's already bent. I'm gonna stick my foot out. Notice I'm aiming for that letter T with my heel or the side of my foot. My whole foot is not touching. Okay? So there's my heel. Okay, I'm gonna pull it back. I'm gonna set it down. Okay? So start there and then stand up. Okay? So again, pick it up, turn it over, out, back, down. That's your lead leg side kick. So when I say lead leg, what do I mean when I say lead leg?
Front leg.
front leg kick. So if I'm looking at you guys, it means my left leg is kicking. If I switch sides, mostly because I still want to look at you guys. Now my right leg is kicking. Okay, this one you're gonna see I do a little bit differently because I still can't
Pivot.
twist on my foot. Okay, but this is a good way to. Yeah, I can't do that. Not on this leg. But this is a good way to practice that pivot. Okay, practice that foot turn. So this is a good way to break it down when we go from the floor to standing up. This is a good way to do it. So you're gonna turn your foot. Okay, so now it's pointing backwards. Now I'm gonna pick my knee up, turn it over, stick it out. My balance is good on the side. Either out, back, down. And if you move the pads, aim for the knot of himself. He's taller than I am. Okay, so again, instead of that twist, I'm gonna pick up the foot. I'm gonna turn it backwards. I'm still looking at you guys, but I'm gonna. Sorry, I have a fuzzy dog. She's being good today. She's sleeping. Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna pick it up. Okay, notice I'm using the wall for balance. If you need help with balance, use your mom and your dad, or find the wall, put your hand on it. Okay, so we're gonna pick it up. So notice my knee is up, not down here. We're gonna turn it over. So notice my foot is turned. We're gonna stick it out. Okay, again, we're working with the heel. Pull it back, set it down. All right, so Taekwondo comes from Korea. General Che made it 65 years ago.
That's a long time.
It was a long time ago. Okay. What does it mean? What does Taekwondo mean, Mr. Hanson?
Hand and foot fighting.
So look at the hand, say.
Hand and foot fighting.
Okay, so remember, hand, feet, fighting. Okay? And of course, you don't get to like beat up on your family or your friends. That's
Unless they beat on you.
That's misusing Taekwondo.
Unless
Okay?
they beat on you.
So, if you're looking for a little bit harder definition,
Foot and way of life.
it goes, Taekwondo is
Foot
the art of,
the art of hand and foot fighting.
and for those who practice it, it means a way of life. Okay? So that's the big definition. What if you're littler, hand, foot, fighting, okay?
Or if you go by technical definition of the name, it's foot and hand way of life.
Okay? But we're going easy. Hand and foot fighting. So that's what Taekwondo means. We're working on history today too. So we're adding it in. Okay, so the lead leg side kick does not go across the floor, but we're going to switch our angle again. Okay? And I'm actually going to have Mr. Hanson, I'm going to hold the pad because he can pivot better than I can. Okay, so this is for like my double strike. So we're going to do our 5-part side kick going across the floor.
And I'm making sure.
Am I good?
Okay.
So we're going to go 5-part side kick. So he's going to pick his knee up. Okay, watch his foot turn. He's going to turn it all the way over. Now he's going to stick it out. Notice his knee doesn't drop. Notice he's losing his balance. Okay, pull it back. He's going to pull it back and set it down. Okay, he's going to do the other side fast. You good to pivot on that foot?
Yeah, I just have to make sure.
Okay, so this is
have to make sure that I do it like.
Okay, so this is your back leg side kick. This is a side kick, not a lead leg side kick. This is a side kick. Okay, so that's coming across the floor. So again, you can see coming up, turning over, out, back, down. Okay, make sense? Okay, we're good.
I can tell you something after class.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we practiced the side kick. Now we're going to move into step sparring. We got about 5 minutes, but we're going to do step sparring on the pad. Okay. Now you're doing something like this. No, it's not a beating stick, although it could be. Okay. So this is on the long one. So you need to get like a stick or a pad that's long, and then you need to get something square like the pillow you were using. Okay. Because we're going to practice our step sparring stuff on the pad because I want to practice what part of the arm hits. So if we're doing a low block, and I'm holding a pad, and Mr. Hanson's done adjusting his uniform, okay? If we're doing a low block, okay, show what part of the arm hits on a low block, okay? The outside part of that arm hits on that low block. So when we hit the pad with the low block, okay, so he's going to touch the pad with that outside part of his arm. Okay? So I'm going to do the same thing other side. Okay? So he doesn't hit with his fist. He hits the low block with the side of his arm. Okay? When he punches, okay, when we do our step sparring number 1, when he punches, okay, he hits with which 2 knuckles? Yep, he hits with the front 2 knuckles. Okay? So, what are the belt colors, Mr. Hanson?
White, gold, green, blue, red, black. And that's our friendly
And Zelda
neighborhood.
wants to step spar with us.
Zelda wants to spar with us.
All right, go.
Now
Go.
Go.
Okay. So, this is what we're going to do. All right. Wait, first of all, upstairs. Can you call the dog, please? Pop.
What?
Call the dog, please.
Zelda, come.
Okay.
Come here. Go.
Sorry. She wanted to step spar with us.
Friendly neighborhood flute. How about that? Zelda, come here. Yeah.
Okay. So, belt colors are white belt, gold belt, green belt, blue belt, red belt, black belt. All right. So I'm gonna step forward and punch him, just like this. Okay. Actually, let's do this. I'm gonna step forward and punch him. All right, we got to do the middle block because we're doing step block. Okay. I'm gonna step forward and punch him with my pad. Okay. So the part of the arm that hits on the middle block switches. So it's the outside part of that arm here. Okay. So if you see, it's this part of the arm here. So when he hits the pad, okay, so when he hits the pad, okay, so you look, he's not hitting with the side of his hand, he's hitting with this part of his arm, okay? So I'm going to step forward and punch him. Actually, let's just like the thing. Okay, so I'm stepping forward, right punch. Okay, so you see he blocks with his arm, and then I'm giving him his pad, and he's going to step forward and punch. Number 1. Okay, so we're working on targeting too. Okay, so if I step forward and did a front kick, okay, he's doing his low block, step forward punch. So it's not really a step sparring, but you can practice those either way. Okay, and then number 2, I'm going to step forward punch. He's going to do a middle block. Okay, look at his tight hand. Look at his outside part of his arm. Okay, and he's going to step forward, middle punch, low punch, high punch.
Or if it was really high punch, you put it up.
Well, at his nose. Okay, so your high punch is at your nose. Okay, one more time. Okay, so I'm going to step forward punch.
Okay.
I'm going to step forward punch. He's going to do a middle block. He's going to do a middle punch. He's going to do a low punch. And he's going to do a high punch. Okay? So, that's what I want you to work on this week. When you're working with your partner, with your parent, okay? You're going to work on pads. So, working on the parts of the arms that we're hitting. Okay, Mr. Hanson. Belt colors.
White.
And then what does it mean?
Beginner.
Okay, gold belt.
Earth.
And what does it mean?
Zelda. Earth. Color.
And then green belt.
Grass.
And plant. Blue belt.
Sky.
Red belt.
Caution of danger.
Black belt.
Conquer of the dark.
Very good. Okay, so we got to remember all those. Okay, let's see. Any comments? Any questions? Any people? Oh, all right. So we're going to practice that a couple more. So we're going to practice our targeting across the floor. So I'm going to, he's going to step forward punch. Okay. So we're going to go at the angle again. So he's going to step forward punch. Okay, look. He's practicing with the 2 knuckles. If you see, I'm going to turn myself around a little bit. He's hitting with 2 knuckles on that letter T. Okay. And step forward punch. Okay, if you're looking at working on your stances, this is a good time to practice those stances too, as you're practicing your targeting. And then step forward punch. Okay, walk backwards. We'll do that one more time. Here, we'll switch. He's gonna hold the pad and I'll punch.
Hinkle is
We'll do both.
not very happy today.
Go this way. So people can see. Okay, so I'm gonna step forward punch. Step forward punch. Step forward punch. Okay, so we practice that with front kicks. We practice that with side kicks. Practice that with punches. Now we're gonna switch directions. Okay, he's gonna walk forward with the pad sideways. And I'm gonna practice my low block. Okay? So now we have to step backwards. We have to practice that step backwards. Okay, so I'm gonna step low block. So if you're doing it on a square pad, if you don't have a long thing like that, you can absolutely do it on a square pad. I'll bring out my pillow so you can do both hands. Okay, so you guys can see both ways. Okay, so if I'm practicing on a pillow, it's the same thing. This part of my arm here is hitting on the low block. I'm going to step forward, low block, and I'm going to step forward, low block. Okay? And then same thing. We're going to do our middle block. Okay? So I'm going to show you on both. Okay, I'm going to step backwards. Notice I'm making that muscle. Touch your ear, middle block. Touch your ear, middle block. Touch your ear, middle block. If you're a single stripe, we've got our inward block. Okay, so I'm going to step backwards with my left foot. Inward block. So on the inward block, make sure you're blocking with this part of your arm. So step backwards, inward block, inward block, inward block. Okay? And if you're a double stripe, one more. Okay? Now he's going to come down and bump me on the head. So we're going to step forward, rising block. We're going to step forward, rising block. We're going to step forward, rising block. Okay, notice my arm's not flat against my head. It's like this.
Okay.
So that the technique glances up.
And for the parents, with the pillow,
Show them how you're holding it.
So I'm grabbing the back of it like as I was grabbing a pad. And also, I hope Mrs. Hanson on stopping so that my fist didn't go through in her forearm. So I stop here so she can hit it.
So we're keeping the bop under control.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's what we have for class today. Again, just a friendly reminder, we are doing in-person classes in the park over the Freedom Memorial over by the Beck Center on Mondays from 5:45 to 6:45. Hopefully, we will get some flyers mailed out with more details as far as what we're doing with the classes and stuff. Hopefully we'll have those mailed out in the next week or two. As far as Labor Day goes, so we'll be running classes for you guys on Mondays in the park, and then on Saturdays on the computer for the month of August. So continue to do what we're doing, and then we'll be taking a break on, I think it's Saturday the 5th, and then Monday the 7th, which is Labor Day. So we'll be taking a break from classes for the Labor Day weekend. I know some of you are getting to start school, whether it's on this week, whether it's online or in person. So good luck with your school year and getting everything started, and stay safe. And we will see you guys hopefully Monday. And if not Monday, we'll see you next Saturday. All right, Sherry, up. On Job. Munya. Bro, raise your right hand. I shall observe the tenets of Taekwondo. I shall respect my instructors and seniors. I shall never misuse Taekwondo. I will be a champion of freedom and justice. I will help build a more peaceful world. Tenets, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. Through. Chariot. Sabanim. Ke. Kunye.
Come on.
Taekwondo. Isa.
Come on,
Sunita. See you guys next week.